guys, you know I said I was taking my meal prepping seriously. Well, it's about to go down this morning. Welcome back to another 75 Medium episode. We're going to get straight into it with our meal prep for next week. I am ready to go, ready to be a meal prep queen. I'm going to be making overnight Weetabix, which if you followed on my channel for a while, you'll know is my favourite breakfast. But I've decided I'm going to spice it up. Usually I just do like vanilla with fruit and honey. I'm going to spice it up and I'm going to do like a different overnight Weetabix each week. And week number 1, we're making lemon cheesecake. We're making white chocolate, lemon and raspberry overnight Weetabix. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. I'm going to want to eat this straight away and I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it. I've made overnight Weetabix so many times before, but I've never made this version of overnight Weetabix. Like I said, usually I just do it with fruit and honey. So what you're going to need is your Weetabix containers. You know I said I got these new little glass containers. So I've got 5 of these laid out. You're going to need some Weetabix. You're going to need milk of choice. I like to use almond because it's the lowest calorie. You're going to need some 0% Greek yogurt. You're going to need some protein powder. I've got the white chocolate one to make it extra delicious. And then you're going to need lemon curd and raspberries. That is your ingredients. So it's actually relatively cheap to make, like it's not expensive to make. All of these ingredients are pretty like low in cost. And it's going to take me 5 minutes to make and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge. And I'm excited. And I'll tell you the macros at the end. I'll tell you the calories and the protein. I can't really be bothered working anything else out. There's just too much effort to track your fat and your fibre and everything. Like we're just sticking with calories and protein for now. My coach at the gym really wants me to track like my fat and my fibre. And I'm like it's just a lot, you know? Like that's a lot. This is going to be messy, isn't it? Got my 5 containers. I'm going to crush 1.5 Weetabix in each bowl. You can obviously do as many as you want. I like to do 1.5. I feel like it's just the right amount. And I'm literally just going to pop them in the bowl and then crush them with my hand. It does get a little bit messy, so just make sure you're ready to like wipe down your surface. I think 1.5 is enough, especially if you're trying to track the calories. I don't think you need to do 2 full Weetabix. That's 1.5 Weetabix. Like I feel like that's actually enough. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones. Once they are all crushed up, you're going to take your milk. Almond milk, like I said, is usually the lowest calorie, but you can use any milk that you like, or you can also use water. I've seen some people using water, but I'm quite happy to use milk. And you're just going to pour a little bit on, not too much. You want the Weetabix to be covered, but you don't want it to be soggy. So start with a little bit, and then you can always add more, but you can't take it out. And you just want to mix that up to get everything nice and coated. The trick is to not make the Weetabix too wet. I've seen some people like in their recipes and they always look soggy. Like you don't want the Weetabix to be soggy. You want it to be wet but still crunchy. That is kind of the texture you want. Can you see how the Weetabix is all wet but like it's not swimming around in there, it's not soggy. And then you're just going to use your spoon to flatten that down and create like your biscuit cheesecake layer on the bottom. Once you've got those, you're just going to set those aside, and the next step is to make the yogurt. So I'm going to mix Greek yogurt and I'm going to mix white chocolate protein powder. I usually would just eyeball it, but because I want to be really specific, I am going to measure, and I'm going to probably do, it's 450 grams. I'm probably going to do the whole thing per 5 containers. And then I'm going to do 5 scoops of protein powder. And I know this is going to get a little bit messy. I'm going to try my best to mix this in without making a mess. That was a full-on workout. You feel like it's not going to mix, but it does. So just keep going. But I genuinely don't even need to go to the gym and do like that was an arm workout. And you just want to layer up the Weetabix. You don't have to weigh it, but I just want to get it pretty accurate. So I'm going to just weigh out a little bit into each container just to make sure one isn't like way more than the other. About 100 grams. I'm going to put 100 in each, and then if I've got any left, I'll go around again. But just to make sure, I am eating all 5, so it doesn't really make a difference. Oh, they look so good. I want to eat them now, but I can't. These are for tomorrow. And then I'm just going to use my spoon to basically just flatten that down to make the nice cheesecakey layer. If you want to make these super aesthetic, you can obviously like wipe your jar down the sides and make it really nice and visually pleasing. I know I've kind of got yogurt all up the sides and everything, but I don't really care enough. This is your base, and then it gets fun with the toppers. Because this one is lemon cheesecake, I'm going to do lemon curd and I'm going to do raspberries. You've got to be careful with this. Obviously, this isn't healthy. So far, this is healthy. This isn't, so I'm not going to load it up. 1 tablespoon is all I'm going to do per cheesecake. So I'm going to get another bowl. 5 tablespoons of lemon curd in here. That's 75 grams. And then because it's quite thick, I'm just going to add a little bit of water in to try and like make it a little bit more runny on the top. It should loosen it up and make it a bit more runny. I hope, anyways. That's just an idea that I've just had because it's too thick at the minute. I mean, I think it's working. It's loosening up a little bit. That's not a lot of lemon curd for 5 cheesecakes when I've weighed it out. I'm going to do 1 spoonful on each. I think it looks good. I'm happy with those. So all I'm literally going to do is add 3 or 4 raspberries. Maybe like 3 raspberries per cheesecake. Like that. And there you have it. Raspberry, lemon, white chocolate cheesecakes for, it's going to be 360 calories and 35 grams of protein, which I think is pretty good if you ask me. So I'm going to pop the lids on these, and then you can't eat them until they've been in the fridge for probably at least 8 hours. These are going to go in the fridge overnight, and then these are my breakfast for the next 5 days. And these containers are stackable as well, so super handy. Oh my god, I'm so excited for these. These look absolutely unreal. I'm also now too lazy to prep lunch because that just took me forever and I can't really be bothered. So I'm going to go to Pilates, I'm going to come back, I'm going to tidy the house, and then we're going to prep lunch later on because I can't be bothered to do it right now. These though, unreal. I'm so excited. Hi guys. The day got away from me and I didn't end up finishing my meal prep. It's now much later in the evening and I thought we could finish it off together. Just meal prepped what's going to be my lunch for the next 5 days. I figured that the easiest way for the next week to really stay on top of my protein and my calories is just to eat the same thing every single day, because I wanted a meal prep, but I didn't want to make like 3 different breakfasts, 3 different lunches. It ends up just taking the entire day and it's just way too much work. So I thought if I eat the same thing for breakfast and the same thing for lunch, then I only have to prep like 2 meals. So that's what I've done. So I've got my cheesecakes for breakfast, and then I've decided I'm gonna have like chicken fajitas for lunch. So all I've done is I've put 5 chicken breasts into here and I've just seasoned it up. And then I know that this is 5 portions worth, so all I have to do is weigh that out. And then I've also chopped some peppers and put them into here. So again, I just have to separate that out. I didn't want to like assemble the wraps because I thought they're just going to get soggy. Literally, I just have to put some chicken and some peppers into the air fryer and then put it in a wrap. So that's just saved me chopping up the chicken, seasoning the chicken, chopping up the peppers. Like, it's just saved probably about 15 minutes of work each day. So that is going to be my lunch each day. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge along with my cheesecakes. But honestly, it's just been so quick and easy. I think eating the same thing every day is the trick, because I'm not trying to make so many different meals. Like, I'm only making 2 different meals. And then the last thing I'm going to meal prep is my like evening snack, like dessert situation. So if you watch my last vlog or the one before, you'll have seen my peanut butter and chocolate dates. I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm gonna take it up a notch. Got my dates. I bought bigger dates this time because the ones I got last time were quite small. I've got my peanut butter, the Pippin Nut smooth peanut butter, and I've got my bar of chocolate. I had to get Tesco's own milk chocolate because they didn't have any dairy milk, and I thought, well, they did have dairy milk, but they only had the giant bars. I thought, I don't want to buy a giant bar of dairy milk, that's a bit much. So I had to get Tesco's own, but I think it's all the same. And I'm gonna try and make date, like dessert bars, like date peanut butter and chocolate bars. Whether it's gonna work or not, I've got absolutely no idea, but I'm gonna give it a good go. Date Snickers bar, here we go. Tell me how you make it, please, Stephanie. Show me your ways. I don't actually have a rolling pin. I have this squirty cream, right? This is gonna be my rolling pin. This is what we're working with. So I guess the first thing to do is put all my dates on the tray. Oh, this is gonna be a job and a half, isn't it? Pulling all the stones out. So I guess I'll go pit all these dates and then I'll come back. Need a podcast for this. I'm going to be here for ages. I'm now going to try and do this with a can of whipped cream. and really flatten these. Whether this is going to work or not, I don't know. Oh no. People make it look so easy on TikTok. How do people get them to all stick together? Like, they're flat, but they're not stuck together. How am I meant to get them to stick in one piece? They just whip it off. It's all stuck together. That is not the case. I think we're in business. What the heck? Okay, this is not as easy as they make it look on TikTok. Just FYI. I actually poured peanut butter into here and it was a little bit hard. So I've tried to add some milk to just like loosen it up a little bit. And it tends to have made it like thicker. I was trying to make it runnier. It's made it like 10 times thicker. Like that was a lot more loose before. So I think I've actually messed up here. I had to ditch this because it was looking a little bit thick and I don't really know what happened. So I've started again and I've made one that's a lot more runny. So I think this is going to be a lot better now. Pour this on. Oh, I feel like I don't have enough. This is not very good. This is going to take way more peanut butter than what I've got. I'm just going to see what happens if I just try and spread this one on. Is that going to work? I don't want to waste it, but also like, why is it that thick? It's meant to be runny. We've got two different types of peanut butter going on here. We've got a thick one and we've got a thin one. It's fine. And then I'm going to go in with this. Oh my God, again, I'm going to need a lifetime supply of chocolate. Okay, I'm going to have to melt some more. I feel like this is a big fat fill. Right, we go again. More chocolate. How much chocolate are these people using? That's a full bar. Minus like the 3 squares that I ate. So truthfully, if anyone's making this and telling you that it's healthy, it's not, because that's a full bar of chocolate. Try and spread it out a little bit. Basically uses a whole jar of peanut butter and a whole bar of chocolate. So if you want to make it, it's not a healthy dessert. It's probably got 1 million calories in it. And I'm going to add just a little bit of toppings, not much. I'm just going to add a sprinkle of granola, like not much at all, just to give it something on the top. Just to give it a little bit of crunch. And then I'm going to do a sprinkle of sea salt, just to give it that nice flaky salt flavour. No idea what this is going to turn out like, whether it's going to set, whether it's going to chop into bars. But I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight and then I'm going to try and chop it up in the morning into little squares, and that's going to be my dessert for the week. To be honest, that wasn't fun, nor was it easy to make. That was quite a difficult thing to make, so unless it tastes 1 million out of 10, I won't be making that again because that was quite difficult. And I'm going to sit and work out the calories now, but I feel like it's not going to be very positive because that was a full bar of chocolate and a full jar of peanut butter almost. Right, I'm going to take myself off to bed. I will report back in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is breakfast, which means one thing. It's time to try our white chocolate lemon and raspberry cheesecakes. They look so aesthetic in these little glass jars. I'm so glad I went and got these. This is what we're working with. I'm going to do a taste test. You all know this is my favourite breakfast, but I have never tried this flavour before, so I'm going to get all the layers. Give it a good go. Wow. Okay. This is absolutely delicious. Oh my God. This might be my new favourite flavour. This tastes like a cheesecake. It tastes like a dessert. That tastes like I'm eating dessert for breakfast. Okay, I'm going to go demolish this. This is a 10 out of 10. Please make this recipe. A genuinely 10 out of 10. This is nicer than any of the other ones I've ever made. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Wow. Hi guys, me again. It's a little bit later on in the day now and I'm in a new hoodie. I get changed about 6 times a day. I don't know why. It's always just to a different hoodie or a different tracksuit, but if you watched my last vlog, you will know I said I had a very exciting update. It's time for that update. The update is now. The update has arrived. I'm nervous / excited, but this is my update thumbnail. I am going to train to become a Pilates instructor. Who, what, where, when, why, I have no idea. Like, I literally have no idea. I just woke up one morning, probably about 2 months ago, and was like, what do I love? Well, I want to do something new. I want to try something different. I kind of don't like to sit still, and whether that always means moving up, not necessarily. Sometimes just moving sideways, sometimes just trying something new. I kind of don't really like to do the same thing for too long and just not do something else. So whether it's something on the side, just something for a little while, I don't know. I just wanted something fresh. I wanted a new challenge. I wanted something exciting. And I thought, I want to do something that I actually love. Like, I want to set myself a challenge and just do something that I love. And I love Pilates. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to become a Pilates instructor. So I don't really have a plan. I don't really know what I'm doing. I am completely winging this entire process. All I have done up until this point is book the course. My books have just arrived, and that is as far as I've got. I don't really know what's happening after that. I don't know what my plan is, what my intentions are. I just know that I wanted to do it. And it was one of those things where if I waited much longer, I wouldn't do it. I kind of thought about it for a few days, and I thought, if I don't book this now, I'll forget about it, and it'll be something that I won't end up doing, and I'll just look back and regret it and think, you know what, like, you should have just tried it. Like, I love it, so I want to just try it. And whether I love teaching or not, I don't know. Obviously, I love doing the classes. Will I love teaching the classes? I don't know. But we're about to find out, and we're going to find out together. So that's my exciting update. I think it's exciting. You might not, but I think it's very exciting. It's a whole new chapter for me. It's something that I've never done before, something completely new. And yeah, I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited to like engage my brain again and really like study, because it actually looks hard, you know. Like, when I first thought about it, I thought, oh, this is gonna be easy. But when I've got the manuals and when I've been like looking online at other people that have done the course, like, it actually looks hard. Like, it actually looks like this is gonna take a lot of revision and a lot of brain power. So I'm excited. Your girl's gonna be a Pilates princess. What I am gonna be doing is I'm gonna be starting a separate vlog series documenting this journey. So I'm gonna start it now, like, I'm gonna film it from now because I'm starting my course next week. So I'm gonna start that separate vlog. So I'm not gonna document the Pilates process in the 75 Medium series because I feel like it's a completely different thing. And I'm gonna start a Becoming a Pilates Princess series. So that will be coming probably once I've finished 75 Medium, because I don't want to have two series running alongside each other. So I'm probably going to finish 75 Medium the end of this month, and then the Pilates series will start probably in April, but I'm going to start filming it now, if that makes sense. So it'll be live updates. I'll be filming from now, but I probably won't start uploading that series until a couple of weeks' time. You don't really care about the logistics, but bottom line is I'm going to be documenting the process. If you've got any questions at all, leave them down below. And if you'd like to follow along for the journey on becoming a Pilates instructor, I should have mentioned I'm doing mat and reformer. So I'm going to be a mat instructor and a reformer instructor. I thought, if I'm going to do it, let's just do it. So if you want to follow along for the journey, subscribe, and I'm going to go read my manuals. You only get one life, guys, so this is your sign. If there's something you want to do and you're putting it off, go and do it. Like, go and book it now. Okay, it's time to taste test on my date bark. It's the evening. I've just finished dinner, and this is like my evening treat. So earlier on, I took it out of the fridge. I've chopped it all up into like slices as best that I could, and I've put it into here. I actually got 12 slices, so I worked out it's 230 calories per slice, as long as they're all even. So I'm going to pick a good one. This looks like a good piece. They're all a little bit uneven because it was quite hard to do, but wow. Okay. I don't want to be that person that's like, oh my god, wow, but wow. Is it bad that I could eat this whole box? Like, if left alone for 15 minutes, I could eat this whole thing. Flaky sea salt on the top. Put the flaky sea salt on the top. It makes it like salted, caramelly, unreal. Difficult to make, but it was definitely worth it. Nearly finished. So I somehow ended up on cottage cheese talk. And I realised that I'm not on the cottage cheese hype, and it seems to be a huge thing at the minute. So I've just bought some, and I've made this avocado cottage cheese hot honey toast. I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't really look like my cup of tea. It kind of looks like Greek yogurt with lumps in it, but everybody on TikTok seems to love this, and it's really high protein. How much protein's in this? Let me check. To be honest, it's not even that much. Like, 7 grams of protein in the cottage cheese, less than 20 grams of protein, so I actually don't really know what all the hype's about, but anyways, I'm going to try it. I'm scared. Oh god. I need a bigger bite. It just tastes like Greek yogurt. It tastes like Greek yogurt with lumps in it. And I'm going to be honest, I don't see the hype. Like, am I doing it wrong? I don't see the hype at all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's not for me, sorry. That's not for me. Cut.